Hey guys, Ben Pearson, the Roadster Tracker, and we are back here with Kerbal Space Program 2. There's no new mission yet, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to a place that I have never visited before with the spacecraft that has successfully landed, and that is Moho. And turns out it takes a little while for the textures to load, which is what that is. It's a performance bug, but it's better than the alternative. Only thing I'm gonna do, we're going to have these, well, we don't need as many chutes. Let's just have a pair. Pair of drogues and a pair of normal chutes. Just taking a peek. Let's put the parachutes actually like here. And then we're gonna switch the parachute stage to here. This is the drogues. The drogues can go first. Why is this so complicated? Okay. Trying to think if there's anything else that we would want to do differently with our ship here. Oh, I hate the camera controls in the VAB. Little minor nuance, but thinking maybe we could do a bigger hydrogen fuel tank. It is a little bit more fuel required to get to and from Moho, and I'm not super confident we've got enough. What's our report say? Thrust to weight ratio is fine. The problem, of course, is that now these rocket boosters are too high. Oh yeah, they're connected to the top, so it's not a side. And we do need them to be connected right where they're connected. We're also gonna have to restrut everything up. Let's just put some more fuel on these guys. So we'll put another, what am I kidding myself? It's smallish extra large tank. Why didn't that multiply? Okay. Now what's the engineer's report say? It is too low. TWR. Well, those guys are all going off at the same time. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have two sets of these. Oh gosh. And then all 8 go off, then those 4 all will go off. We could fire this stage, especially now that it has more fuel, a little bit earlier. We'll fire it once we get to space, so it's gonna be probably after the initial boosters are off sometime. So we're gonna call this the Duna Mark V, even though we're not really gonna go to Duna. The name just kind of stuck, so that's what we're gonna go with. And let's launch this baby. Good luck, rocket. Let's see here. I don't know why it pops up the display. This is kind of a... Ooh, this thing barely gets off the ground. Okay, enough screenshots. Gotta have something for the thumbnail. I was told that the thumbnail for my last set of images was a little bit too clickbaity, which I found to be very interesting. It was an image from Duna, and it was actually one of these screenshots that I actually took while I was recording the video. So I'm going to call that an achievement, actually. I have never been told that a thumbnail I made was clickbaity, so cool. Problem is that that mission, you know, the first video got a lot of attention from that, and the first video was nothing but mucking around in the VAB for a while, so I like to use existing craft when we can to avoid that. It feels like I should rotate around. There's no good way to rotate around. You can tilt the camera. How do you rotate the... You can move left, right. Yeah, that's just bizarre. Whatever. We're doing fine. We're going to just do a little bit, very, very little bit of a gravity turn here. I do expect that our acceleration is going to be below 1 once we kick off our boosters, but this thing is a beast, man. Look at the delta V. Oh, that's so good. We're gonna need so much of it though, so yeah. We're not quite high enough where I would want to kick off the... We're gonna lock to prograde the nuclear. We're gonna wait until we're at least 20 kilometers. Ooh. No! Okay. I should have not been thrusting while doing that. Now that rocket's just gonna do all sorts of weird stuff, but that's okay. Well, that actually wasn't a huge amount of waste, and so let's see if we can get to orbit with this, and we'll still continue on the mission despite that little mishap. It'll be fine. Oh dear, our speed is pretty low though. That's gonna be a problem. It's the time that's a killer more than anything. Well, we'll see what we can do. And the fact that we can't get control of the vehicle also doesn't help. Okay, we know that we could safely recover and save the crew, but that mission's obviously toast. So we're gonna try it again. Yay us. Okay, we got this the second time, guys. It'll be no problem at all. That was just a simulation, and we learned... What did we learn? Unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to wait to do the gravity turn. The shadow effect with the particles is pretty cool. It's obviously not very realistic, but it looks neat. It's very, very neat. A little bit of a dither pattern. It's I don't know exactly how, but I know that with graphics that is an issue that can commonly happen. We do have the graphics settings turned down a little bit because they are lower by default right now, and I'm just running whatever it told my system that it could do. So I think what we're gonna do is when we let go of these rockets, we gotta be on a stability mode. So we're gonna try to remain as stable as we possibly can through that process. And it's gonna be a little bit of luck if we can avoid hitting everything, but... So I'm gonna try the gravity turn now. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and lock on prograde. I think we're gonna keep the solid boosters on a little bit. As soon as they burn out, then we're gonna hit stability, give it a good couple of seconds, and then we'll ditch them. We'll be like ULA does with their solids. They keep them on for a somewhat long amount of time, actually. Nah. Okay, we're gonna go to stability mode now. Let's just try to keep it nice and stable. This is kind of a max QE type of vibe. It may not be safe. It probably isn't safe, but when do Kerbals ever do the safe thing? Separate. Ooh. Okay, so this is a design flaw. We need to have the connection point be lower. And also, the way that they're thrusting off is not really very good either. It must be really, really hard to design that in real life. There's the connector. See, first problem is the connector is so high up. You know, let's use the other type of connector. So we're gonna put in the separated further connector because I feel like those are less likely to be problematic. No, we just want to do the 4. So we're gonna manually put this, even though it would theoretically work, like we had, I don't want to risk it. Not fuel tank, we want the engine. And we're gonna take the medium. Okay, and then Alt click. That looks like a good design. Let's put them a little bit more outward. That should also help. And then, it doesn't make a huge difference, but let's give them a little medium hat. Because it looks cooler. All right. So save Mark 5, Mark 6. So we'll have to screenshot this one. I don't like the way that those were wobbling. We forgot to strut everything up. So let's strut this rocket up. I think that was probably part of the problem too. I'm amazed it was so little of the problem, to be honest. Okay, let's see. Structures, struts. Let's multiply by 4. And then we'll connect the boosters here together. We'll cross connect them. And then do the same thing on the bottom. If I hit shift, will it? No. What's this guy? Just taking a look at the lines. They look pretty good. Okay. I'm still gonna call this the Mark V because we didn't ever, or Mark VI, we never did attempt to launch it, so. 21,000 Delta V if all goes according to plan. That would almost be good enough for an Earth mission. Earth solar system. All right, let's do it. Too bad this UI still doesn't go away, but that's fine. Let's see. Okay, we're gonna revert to the VAB because we forgot to check the staging. That's what happened there. And of course they would have run a proper software test. This was just the software test that Boeing needed to do to verify their Starliner. You know, we just did a simulation just to make sure everything was fine. Okay. Minus that stage. Still the same. Okay. 20,000 now. The Delta V went down a bit, but that's not really a huge concern or surprise. Okay. And ready on the screenshots. Ooh, this thing is just barely taken off. Okay. Turn the UI back on. And same plan as before. Ooh. It's pretty cool how the sound changes its pitch when you speed things up, actually. So once we get to about maybe 3,000 or so, then we'll try a little bit of a gravity turn. Let's actually go to 4. Four should be pretty safe. Okay, looking good. Let's go just a little bit more. Don't want to go too much. That looks pretty spot on. Okay, we're staying in stability mode. And we're gonna keep doing this until we burn out. And that burnout's just about to happen. Separate. And we have clean sep. Woohoo! So our speed is dead level. Looks like it's increasing just a teensy bit, which is perfect. It's like the space shuttle actually. When it lets go, it actually starts slowing down a little bit when it let go of the boosters. We do need to start tilting over. And the next stage is the liquid high on the hydrogen. Let's go ahead and fire it. We're high enough now where it will get pretty good performance. It'll technically lower our total max delta V, but we need a higher thrust to weight ratio at this point in time. Looks like we're spinning a bit, but that's okay. Doesn't really hurt anything. Okay, our time to orbit is... Time to Oasis is a full minute away, so we're gonna go straight horizontal at this point in time. Looks like we're gonna have plenty for our main engines to get us to orbit. They may even help us to get along the path. Now, I'm gonna try to do a gravity turn. I've never successfully done, or not gravity turn, a gravity flyby. I've never successfully done one. So I don't know how this is gonna go. Let me get my finger off the space button. Okay, we don't have as much horizontal speed as I would like, but we're okay. We are still... we're okay. 38 seconds. We're getting closer to the Oasis, which is okay. Our acceleration should increase a little bit as we get close to the end of the stage. We are going up a little bit more, which is fine. Put this at C. I think we're fine. We're still... Okay, let's hit prograde now. Yeah, we're in good shape now. We're in good enough, actually. I'm gonna slow this down. Let's warp a little bit and we'll do our final circularization burn somewhere around here. Let's just get pointed the right direction. Oof. Give ourselves a little bit of oomph. Okay. I mean, we're basically there. This is about as much as Starship is gonna do in its orbital flight, which you guys may know by the time this is released more than I do. Okay. So, our goal is to go to Moho, which is a planet I've visited, but I've never landed on. What we're gonna try to do is do a flyby. And so we're actually gonna set Eve as our target. So we need to go in the slow downy direction, which is this way. Stop. Nope, though. Okay, hang on. Create a maneuver plan. We're going to... see what we can do. Okay, that's too much thrust. So we're gonna go something more like here. Something, let's see. Still too much. That's not bad. So, not surprisingly, we're a ways away, although one thing I like is that our ascending node is very, very close to the right spot. In fact, we might be able to, with just a little bit of switching here. Can we kill the... Well, actually, the ascending node, it doesn't matter. We're just doing a flyby. Okay. So we're good. Let's lock on our maneuver node. Ooh, this thing is gonna take a while. This big hunk of junk. This is the largest thing I think I have orbited in KSP2 so far. Kind of a cool little design. I want to, well, we could do 4 now. I want to get the rotation right before we fast forward, but how long do we have? 8 minutes. Let's at least wait until we get to the sun. $16,000 delta V remaining. Well, okay. We're gonna go ahead and keep this burning because we've almost burnt through our liquid stage. Let's see. We're pretty close to our maneuver node now. That's kind of cool, the little cloud effects that have some light. Is it light reflected from what? There's not a moon. It must be the sunrise. Oh, that's neat and pretty. Oh, that's cool. Anyways, enough geeking out about that. Okay, let's fast forward until we get to about 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire! This is gonna be a long burn because we're ditching this. We're gonna try to do as much as we can with just our hydrogen stage.
Okay.
Come on, clean sep, clean sep. Woo! That was a little bit hair-raising, but we've got separated, so good. Just make sure, quick save. Now we've tested this landing, so it should be good. Which does it say this stage will take us? The burnout's gonna happen. I mean, it's still 10 minutes of burning. Let's fast forward this. I'm actually gonna stop. This is so low thrust to weight ratio. I'm gonna recalculate this. Let's go a little bit earlier. Something more like this. Okay, that's pretty decent. Just barely to there. Okay. So it's a 6-minute burn. We'll go ahead and fast forward through there. Wait, what? So the burn time seems to be when you start. That's interesting. So that's a little different than KSP1. KSP1 just has the delta maneuver and you have to kind of know to average it, but this tells you when your burn will start and actually takes into account the movement that will happen along the way. Okay. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. So we're gonna fast forward through this. Okay, we're looking fine. We'll keep going. We could do one more pass just to help us. I don't understand how our space junk managed to make it out. Nah, let's just keep going with this. It's fine. Am I not on the maneuver? Okay, it wasn't actually set to the maneuver node, but we were pretty close to it anyways, so small blessings. I think I overshot that. Yep, we overshot it. That's fine. I still want to know what happened to default name 20 here, which I think was our booster stage. Let's just warp forward. Still have this much, wow. Let's go another notch up. Jeez. The physics of this game, man. Okay, let's slow down a bit. So okay, we want to do a flyby. We know this. Let's try to do a maneuver node here. Slowing down. So yeah, this is a no-go. We're going to wait until after here, and then we're gonna. Whoa, 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 whoa. We're going the other direction. All right. Hang on. I'm totally screwing this up. The 1, 2, okay, create maneuver plan. Let's see here. If we slow down. Well, actually, ironically, if we speed up, 2A and 2B are really close to each other. Right there, okay. The big issue is that they need a different inclination. We're still fine. This is pretty close. So wait, instead, let's try to do it here. We gotta speed up a bit. Okay. That's really close. There we go. So that'll be intersection, which I think is going to be our goal. So let's go ahead and line up for our maneuver in this slow boat. We don't have a whole lot of delta V left in this stage, but we will take it all. And then once we line up, then we'll go ahead and use our ascent and descent engines to help us out a little bit. We want to save the center stage largely for the trip home because it is actually going to need quite a bit of fuel. So, okay, good. Let's fast forward. Okay. We'll still fast forward a little bit more because there is an inclination change here, and we can just... No, let's start on time because it'll screw me up. Well, no, let's just do it. Apparently space is silent again. Wow. We actually want to switch the order of these two stages. So we're going to go ahead and fast forward through this till depletion, and then we'll slow down. Yeah, we've got to slow down because we're about out of fuel here. Look at that sun. Let's try looking maybe like this. Okay. Looking fine. I don't want to use too much of the fuel in this stage, so let's go ahead and fire the better engine. We're actually getting real close to being done. So just keep an eye on this bar. And slow down. And cut off. So how close are we? Okay, let's just try to fire a little bit more in the same direction. Okay, the distance is decreasing. That is so nice that you can pin that. They really did make a lot of good changes in this latest patch. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and set a new maneuver plan here. That'll help us to get a little bit more precise. So that gets us on an intersection. The intersection's going the wrong direction. But it's still an intersection, so let's go ahead and take it. Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the maneuver when we're lined up. Okay. And we have intersection. So now we need to tweak this. Let's see, we're still on this path. Let's see. Set a maneuver plan here. And let's focus on our target here. So the problem is we're really coming in at a bad angle to do a gravity turn. But there's not much that we can do for that. So that's intersect, that's good. There we go. That's actually quite nice. Let's go ahead and do this. Lock on maneuver. It's interestingly close enough to ours, and yeah, this little tiny maneuver should save us a bunch. We'll definitely need Eve to get us home. It should be easier to use to get us home. Okay. We'll hit fast forward again. I'm not going to wait for the countdown, but we will get it to happen pretty close. Yeah, let's just do it now. Okay. And perfect. Okay, set as our target Moho. So we need to warp until maybe about here. Actually, hang on though. We may as well take advantage and let's take a peek at Eve. Start thinking about our science here. Okay, 14 days. Four days, okay. So let's peek at Eve while we're here. $2,000 kilometers. Let's just go warp to close to Eve. We're so far out at this point in time, you can't even hardly see the thing. so we're in its shadow. This is actually a fairly distant flyby. I forgot Eve was purple. Wow. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, let's get at our closest approach point, right about here. Still not too close, but let's see, what can we do? This will be fine. All right, let's take screenshots here. Cool, cool. And let's fly out of here and see how close we're gonna get to our friend. Let's just go maybe the 10,000. Yeah, that sounds good. So Moho. We're actually pretty close to the optimal thing here, but what we're gonna do, create a maneuver node here. We do need to take out our declination sometime. We may as well do it at the furthest out point. Oh, 702, that's quite a bit. Actually, I think it's more efficient maybe if we take it out when we're close to the planet. So they're at opposite ends here. You know what? It's fine. We're going to take our time. So go ahead and line up on the maneuver node. We're going to take our time and try to actually get this to work. So we've used about half of our delta V. I'm gonna kill, I forgot I was gonna set an action group to do this. It's okay. Got everything all set. Let's go ahead and fast forward to our node. Let's keep going. Okay. 14-second burn. Go ahead and do it now. Oh, it's longer than 14 seconds because we're just using the hydrogen. So it's just as well that we started earlier. Not that it makes any difference at all when you're this far out, but you know, it's kind of principle of the thing. Let's go ahead and time warp a bit. Okay, we'll slow down when it gets about here. Good enough. All right. Near perfect. Excellent. So we're going to create another maneuver plan here. So actually just do it just past the previous close approach. There we go. Hang on. If I create a maneuver plan here, it's amazing how little that changed. And it wonder what kind of weird resonance we're in. We're gonna stay this way. Maybe we can find a way to use an Eve flyby to fix our inclination. I don't know. Keeping an eye on Eve though. Let's destroy some of our space junk out here. As amusing as it is, it's starting to get in the way. Okay. There's definitely still a chance of an Eve encounter. Let's create a maneuver plan here, and it is getting closer, so let's just keep going. If we get that Eve encounter, then great. If we don't, that's fine too. Yeah, we're just pretty well synced right now. Let's get rid of you. That must have been all of our other boosters. That's fine. Okay, now we're getting close. Let's create a maneuver plan just past to move you. We'd have to accelerate a little bit. I don't want to accelerate anything, so we're just gonna warp again to here. So we want till 1B is just past, so one more time. That's really close, but we do want one more. Well, let's create the maneuver plan here. Why does it do that? It just skips. It must be the inclination, okay. So let's kill a little bit of the inclination over here. Other way. Just a bit of it, okay. Lock on our maneuver node. 500. Wait, we only have 6 delta V left in this stage. Jeez. So by using the more efficient, oh, that was the fairing. Oh, thank goodness. $13,000. Interesting. Okay, well, let's warp here. We're locked on the maneuver node. We'll keep going. And I'm just gonna go ahead and fire. I'm gonna delete this. We're just gonna get it down by a couple of degrees. Oof, and this is the more efficient point to do it too. Let's kill it. I think Well, no, we have plenty of fuel. 4 kilometers per second. We're not going to need that much to do the landing, I don't think. It's maybe a one-way mission, I don't know. Okay, so if we create a maneuver point here now. Can we get you guys to line up? Pretty close. I think they're right on top of each other, but we need to burn a little bit more now. Create a maneuver node, okay. Yeah, that's definitely the problem, is the inclination. So we're too high above it, even though we're just a little ways off. The sending node isn't quite at the 1A. They're pretty close, but we're just too high. I hate to use so much of this for an inclination adjustment, but whoop whoop! Fudge. We may have screwed this up. Hopefully not. If we can get a flyby, then we can improve our performance. Let's turn off that periapsis node. That's not what we need. Why is that stuck on? Maybe toggle out of the map and back in. Okay. There's that. Distance is getting closer. Keep going. This is the best we're going to do, but we can correct it when we get out here, so it'll be fine. We'll just have to do whatever kind of inclination adjustment we can do. So go ahead and fast forward to there. Set it on that. Now we don't actually have to zero out the inclination. Moho is so hard to get to and land. So what I'm going to try to do is to kind of shift the inclination point. So let's see here. If I burn here, that goes the wrong direction. This goes the right way. Okay. Nope. Huh. It doesn't really make a huge difference there. So why don't we try a normal adjustment? The normal is probably going to be more efficient. Well, okay. We can do a little bit more. Is it the inclination? What we need to do is kind of shift the aim point. So maybe if we try a maneuver node here. No, that just makes it worse. Ah! It is way too easy to do that. To click the wrong button. I don't know how they can fix it, but create maneuver plan. So that's not going to help. This helps a little bit. Oh, it's so hard to do this fidgety. Okay, this is helping. Good. Keep going. Keep going. That's the best we got. Okay. Keep going. Hmm. 36, 35. Okay, that's pretty close to optimal. Let's go the other way. We're improving more. Hang on. Looks like we're still busy. One sec. So yeah, so much time, and I have gone way over my time, so I'm gonna call this done for now. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Let me know what questions, comments you guys have. Until next time, go for the tracking. Take care, guys. Thanks.